Finally, the Devils end the losing as they travel to Ottawa for a Tuesday night affair and come away with a 4-3 victory. Chico, what do the Devils get out of this besides the 2 points?
Well, Matty, whenever you lay out a game plan, right, and they have laid it out, the coaches have laid it out, they've talked about it, and they want to follow it, but they want the results. And I think that's what they can most feel good about on the ride home. We played the game we wanted to, and it resulted in a win. And that's the great sense of confidence for the other team, Ottawa. They kind of played the way they wanted to as well, but they lost. So really, you're getting nothing out of it. Mm-hmm. So now the Devils at least are coming home with the belief that they can win close games. I mean, this was a tough victory for them. It wasn't an easy one. And that's the other thing I liked, Maddie, is that they really had to find a way to win, and they did. And the contribution from guys that haven't been punching home goals were also a factor. And so there's just a lot of feel-good situations coming out of this game.
Paul Cotter came up with a goal in tonight's victory, and he joins us from outside the Devils dressing room. Paul, it's Matt and Chico upstairs. Thanks very much for your time. I just asked Chico what the team gets out of this besides the 2 points. What do you feel the club gets from tonight's performance?
It's big. We went through a tough little stretch there, and then it's nice to have 2 points. So hopefully we can get the ball rolling a little bit from here like we know we can and go from there.
Well, Paul, another terrific goal by you. And having been a goalie, and I'm watching you, what do you think on your play, the whole play? What do you think you're doing? And he's not listening, Mark, so it doesn't matter. But what do you think you're doing that you could freeze him and then get him so stretched out? Anything special you feel?
No, I just watch a lot of video beforehand, so just to try and see his tendencies. And I think I probably could have just lifted it as easily as going 5-hole, but I guess take the more challenging route.
Well, do you think to me, I think your fake shot freezes the goalie. Do you think that is the first step?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that going through throughout the years, just making sure proper angles, little details and stuff that makes it harder on the goalies, I think just kind of become natural in those scenarios from so much practice. So, happy, obviously those types of opportunities don't come extremely often. So I'm just happy that I could get it in.
Well, just the last thing on that, you read to get the puck. I mean, the game isn't just unfolding with no semblance of thought and stuff, but your read on the play, didn't you think that was kind of part of it as well? Yeah, no, I
think our line was kind of hard to get, the groove of the game with, not too much ice time. So it was nice to, obviously 4-on-4 is a little bit more space, kind of get your legs going a little bit. And so, it was just nice to be able to get a shift like that, kind of get the legs going a little bit. Obviously I think with more time and space, it helps any player, but me in particular, it's great.
Well, I just want to congratulate you. Maddie, I'll ask you another question. But as I watch any game, that's a huge goal, a huge moment. Like, there's turning points in games. And I just want to say, Paul, even though I know you've been struggling to score and you would like to score more, the confidence you showed on that, I know the goalie was shaking his head how much you strung him out. But anyway, go ahead, Maddie. I just wanted to congratulate him because it was a beautiful move.
I appreciate that, Chico.
Yeah, well, it certainly was, and it came early in the second period, gave the Devils a 3-2 lead. During this stretch, Paul, the team has had good periods, have had a couple of leads, but not been able to hold or not able to get that next goal that puts more pressure on another team. I'm just wondering what was different about tonight, because not only were you able to come from behind, you didn't fall too far behind, and in the end able to squeeze out the W.
Yeah, tough stretch, but it's hockey. It goes through. Every team goes through it, and
so there was nothing really specific tonight that or was there a discussion or anything that happened this evening that was different? Aside from the win.
No, I think it's just another hockey game. We're a good team. We know that. There's been a couple plays that haven't gone our way. We haven't done a couple things that we normally do well, and so puck luck was on our side a little bit, and we played the way that we know that we can. So I think just trying to maintain that throughout the course of the rest of this month. I know it's a long stretch of stuff pretty much every night, but just go from there.
Well, it's the start of what we hope is a winning streak, and Thursday night's the next one. Enjoy tomorrow, and thanks for your time. Congratulations on the goal.
Thanks, boys.
Thank you.
Paul Cotter joining us as the Devils win by a score of 4-3.
Sorry, Matty.
Yeah.
That was such an incredible goal. I don't want to downplay it. Here's a guy who hasn't feeling really confident. So you're thinking, well, if I'm not confident, I'll just go in and shoot and hope. No, he actually made an incredible move and then finishes it off with a nice shot between the legs.
Devils win 4-3. Let's check out some highlights of this one, and we go back early in the game. 36 seconds in, Stefan Nason called for a high stick. You could kind of see it, maybe you couldn't see it. It was one of those anyway. He got called for the high stick. And a power play for the Ottawa Senators, and their power play has been coming on as of late. 11th in the league, but 3 for their last 10, and they added to those totals tonight. Picked up, not cleared by the Devils. Sanderson keeps it in the zone. He has it out high, gives it off to Dylan Cousins, top of the right wing circle. Power play in effect for the Ottawa Senators. Devils on the PK, 1-for-1 against Boston the other night. Shot, save, rebound, loose, they score! Markstrom couldn't find it, and it was put home by Drake Batherson, and it's 1-0. Start of a big night for Batherson, his 11th goal of the season. Brady Tkachuk and Jake Sanderson with the assists at 1:36, the power play goal giving Ottawa the 1-0 lead. But the Devils came right back, and it was Shimo Nemitz with his 7th. Connor Brown carrying the puck out to center ice, goes cross ice. Tkachuk will pick it up in front of his own bench, and now Ottawa comes across on the attack. Dylan Cousins in deep, but good work there by Colton White back in the lineup. Now it's center ice. It's Brown going around. His man hands it off, and it's the blast by Nemitz. And we're tied at 1. Connor Brown had a big night, 3 helpers. That was his first. And Nemitz with the goal, now tied for 5th among defensemen in goals on the season.
His stick is hot, Matty. He's broken it a few times. So I'm going to find out the flex in that stick. But when he catches it the way he wants to, boom, that thing is going in the net. And he's done it, 6 times already?
Connor, yeah, and adding
Nemitz.
Ever more to his total. Actually, number 7 tonight, 6 coming in.
7, yeah.
7 on the season. Brown with his first of 3 assists. 5th time in his career he's had 3 assists in a game. So that goal came at 5:09. A little over 4 minutes later, well, we had an interesting situation. Nick Jensen with a long-range shot. Save the rebound. They score!
Was it kicked from behind? That's what Dougie Hamilton... Sorry. Just so quick. The puck goes behind the goal line, folks. The save is made. Somebody kicks it. And it, hit a Devil, maybe?
Well, Batherson was celebrating, but Kelly Sutherland, after discussing it with Dougie Hamilton, has gone over to the scorer's table. So the review continues, and we shall see what we shall see.
I think it's...
The play's on the review to see if the puck was kicked into the net prior to the goal.
Oh, you know what? As it hits his skate, he's trying to get his stick on it here, Matty. But I don't even know if that matters. Watch. He's going to kick it, then he's going to try to get it with the toe of his blade, but he doesn't.
No.
After video review, it's determined the puck was kicked by the Ottawa player, deflected off the New Jersey goalie into net. Therefore, we have no goal.
Drake Batherson's apparent second goal is pulled off the board. The ruling, Rule 49.2, a goal cannot be scored by an attacking player who kicks a puck that deflects into the net off any player, goalkeeper, or official. So that kept the game at 1-1, but it didn't stay that way for much longer. As 3 minutes and 16 seconds after the no goal, this one certainly counted. Now the puck tipped to the corner by Markstrom as it comes into the Devils' end with 38 to go in the power play. Game tied at 1, 7 minutes to go. Loose puck, Stützle scores! The puck came to him in the high slot. Boy, he had plenty of time to tee it up. And does he ever? Stützle's 12th of the year, and Ottawa regains the lead. A lot of guys in the corner. Puck came out in front.
Yeah, and he just all alone rips it, finds a hole.
Power play, or let's look at it more from the penalty kill, a Devils perspective. 3 for 3 was Ottawa.
But guess what? They won anyway. I mean, you could pick apart some of the weak points, and that would be one for the Devils. But the strength is they won the game. Stützle
with the goal at 12:59 gave Ottawa the 2-1 lead. Before the period was over, Arseny Gritsuk said, let's tie things up. Connor Brown along the goal line, flips one cross ice, they score! And it's Arseny Gritsuk tying this game at 2. His 7th of the season, so he joins Nemitz with 7 goals. Connor Brown with the primary assist, Cody Glass with the secondary assist, and the game was tied at 2 after 1. 14 shots in the first for the Devils, 10 for Ottawa. Devils 0 for 1 on the power play. Ottawa was 2 for 2. But early in the third period, the Devils, early in the second period, the Devils finally took the lead. Takeaway at center ice. Here comes Paul Cotter breaking in all alone. He scores! Backhand 5-hole Paul Cotter, and the Devils take their first lead of the night. And as he mentioned, 4-on-4. There's some open ice there because Angus Crookshank and Tyler Clevin each were given roughing minors. I'm chuckling a little bit because I think Clevin wanted to fight. He did throw a gloved punch. Crookshank still had his stick tied up in his equipment, couldn't drop his gloves, and that was it. No punches thrown besides that one, and roughing was the call against each.
Yeah, and they didn't have to call anything, but the fact they did gave more room, a 4-on-4.
And then Ottawa helped further the Devils' cause by turning the puck over. And Cotter with his 3rd goal of the season at 4:21, Paul's first in his last 6 games. And so the Devils had a 3-2 lead, but then again, power play for Ottawa. Drake Batherson at 10:35 with the second of the game. Dylan Cousins, and Tim Stützle with the assists. And so we go into the third period. We are tied at 3. And at times this game looked like a team played by a team that had lost 5 against a team that had lost 2. There were cases of the jitters, not controlling pucks, making quick passes that weren't accurate. But that's what will happen. It's a game played by humans. But finally, the Devils got that all-important goal, which we will call the play of the game, brought to you by Prudential, the Devils' official financial services partner. It was 2-2 after 1. And here we are, 3-3. Gritsuk's pass blocked at his own blue line. Now he'll escape to center ice, push it up ahead, tries to track it down, but Zetterlund got there first. Now here's Colton White for Gritsuk. Has trouble, but on the second try, jams the puck in the zone. Now he has it, centers, and they score! It's Cody Glass! It was Connor Brown in the corner who found the puck, took it away from a Senator, and that line has been hot tonight, and they give the Devils the lead. And that Senator was Tyler Clevin. Connor Brown saying thank you very much. Gritsuk with a 3-point night, getting the primary assist, his first career 3-point night. And Cody Glass, his 5th of the season. The play of the game brought to you by Prudential.
And that's the line that you want to start feeling good. If they're going to score goals, the Devils, at a rate of 3 or more, that line is going to have to chip in, and tonight they did.
Yep, and they've been playing well together as a group. Jesper Bratt still without a goal now in 16 games. They're trying to unlock him a little bit, but as the Devils can get some depth scoring, that's a good sign moving forward. Game wasn't over, though. It was just a 1-goal lead, but Jacob Markstrom made sure that lead remained. Giroux on the draw with Hischier. Won by the Senators. Here's a drive. Oh, it's blocked. They get it back. Shot, save, rebound, loose, and it's swept to the corner by Markstrom as time winds out. And the Devils have defeated the Ottawa Senators by a score of 4-3. Haven't been able to announce a Devils win since the 28th of November. 5 straight losses, Chico. But the Devils pick up the W, and now it's on to Tampa Bay.
Yep. Very satisfying win. They found a way to win, and they got everybody involved except the backup goalie, like you said earlier. But other than that, everybody's going to feel good riding on the plane back to New Jersey tonight.
Yeah, Jake Allen was cheering on Jacob Markstrom. So,
that's a good point.
The team support important. At any rate, after the game, off a night in which he tied a career high for assists in a game and was effective throughout, Connor Brown spoke with the media.
Brenny, it's just that sense of relief for this group sort of in the air. You guys have been working towards it. We talked after the Boston game that you really liked, the way you guys were trending, but to be able to come out with the result must feel just fantastic.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think, started in, we had a good meeting in Boston before that game, and I thought, the mindset of the team kind of shifted there going into that Boston game, and, I thought we had a really good game in Boston. And tonight, we gave up 3 power play goals, and we're still able to get it out. It speaks to how good our process was 5-on-5 and how well we played. So, there's a lot to be excited about. These are the type of stretches that later in the season you're grateful for because you learn a lot about yourself, you learn a lot about your group. So, it's good to see our team playing back to our identity.
What do you hope is that thing that this group has learned about themselves through that stretch that have gotten you guys to this point?
Well, I think the biggest thing with our group is our pace. We have guys, such good skaters on our team, and when we're playing at a high pace, we give teams really no space, and it's just a tough brand to play against. When we're moving our feet, and every time they look up and we're right on top of them, and I thought that was for the most part 5-on-5 what it looked like for us tonight, just more of the same going forward.
One of the things that we've been talking about is sort of, you don't always need the fancy goals. Sometimes it's the grittier ones in front of the net. That's what you guys as a line really contributed tonight, and that sort of just proves,
I thought some of our goals were fancy,
fancy, sure.
No, I'm teasing. Yeah, no, obviously, no.
You know what I mean?
I'm teasing.
I know.
Obviously, when things aren't falling, you kind of got to grit a couple out, and once you do grit it out, and then I thought that we made some plays, and then the ice started to open up for a bit. We loosened up a bit and got more and more looks.
You guys came in really strong in the third period too. With the streak, did it feel really composed in the locker room though during the second intermission before you guys came?
Yeah, like I said, to my point earlier, I think that really since our we kind of had a good reset in Boston after that game Friday the night before. We didn't go the way we wanted, but I think since then there's been a really good feeling in this group. That Boston game, practice yesterday, the families, the Christmas party on Sunday, and today. These things are important. To feel good and have fun coming to the rink, enjoy yourself, and I think that's we're getting back to that. And so it's nice to gut one out and try to keep it rolling.
You mentioned talking as a group. I think you said before that Boston game. I know, I don't want you to divulge everything that's said, privately in the room. But what was sort of the theme there that you're kind of alluding to?
Well, I think we got a little bit simpler. And back to our identity. Those are kind of the two themes. We simplified our game, and we got back to our identity with just skating and playing with pace. And since then, we weren't forcing any plays, and the ice just started to open up for us, and plays presented themselves rather than trying to look for something or try to make something out of nothing. So that's been the big one, and so that's a huge lesson for us. Going forward, going down the stretch, or going into a playoff push or in the playoffs, these are things that we could learn on. So that's what I mean. Why it is there's definitely a silver lining when you go through tough stretches like that in a season, and it's important as a mature group to learn from that and not just kind of brush it aside. Know what we can take from that and what's the lesson there, and so just keep it rolling.
Connor Brown concluding his post-game news conference. He spent 3 years as a member of the Ottawa Senators, and our engineer Matt Conasvita pointed out that he's the only Senator in history to have a goal in 8 straight games. 3 assists tonight against his former team, and the Devils with a W.
Coincidence? I don't know. Who knows what makes people feel special playing against certain teams, but he was that special tonight.
And the Devils come up with the victory, 4-3 the final score. I said on to Tampa Bay. Tampa next on the Devils schedule, but it will be at Prudential Center, and that is Thursday when the Devils begin a 3-game homestand. That game will be heard here on the Devils Hockey Network.